All right, so we are in line 3 in Psalm 29. The voice of the Lord is over the waters. The God of glory thunders. The Lord is over many waters. The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. All right, and so this 2-line stanza is talking about the elements. All right, and just reading this, it didn't give us a reference scripture for what I'm about to share with you in Genesis. That just caught my attention and just came to my mind. And reading this, where it says in Genesis 1 and 2, where it says, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. All right, and so that right there just reminded me is the voice of the Lord is over the waters. And so, and guess what? Wow. And then in verse 3, that says, then God said, let there be light, and there was light. So the Spirit of God was over the face of the waters. And then he said, then God said, let there be light, and there was light. And then so in Psalm 29:3 says, the voice of the Lord is over the waters. And what did he do over the waters? He said what? Let there be light. And then so it says in the B part of line 3 in Psalm, the God of glory thunders. The Lord is over many waters. All right. And so it gives us a reference scripture to Job 37:4. Job 37:4. That says, let me just start with 1. Job 37:1. At this also my heart trembles and leaps from its place. Hear attentively the thunder of his voice and the rumbling that comes from his mouth. He sends it forth under the whole heaven, his lightning to the ends of the earth. After it a voice roars. He thunders with his majestic voice, and he does not restrain them when his voice is heard. God thunders marvelously with his voice. He does great things which we cannot comprehend. All right, and so and I've read all the way to 5, so I couldn't stop because that was good. All right, so what it said Psalm 37:4 and 5, but anyway, so it says in line 4, the voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. The voice of the Lord is powerful, and it is full of majesty. All right, and so we said majesty is dignity and power of a ruler. All right, so it's powerful. You think God's voice isn't powerful? And he created the entire universe by his word? And being that he created the entire universe by his word or with his words, that's why Jesus said what? You speak to this mountain and let it be cast from here to there. That's standing on faith. Okay? And it's going to be, if you believe that mountain, you say it. And that's why it's important for us to be mindful of our words. Mindful of our words, because we're created in God's image and after his likeness. And so in being that God's words are powerful and God's words can create, God's words can destroy. And that's why we read in scripture, it tells us that what? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And so whatever we speak, we can speak life or we can speak death on a situation. And so that's why it's important that if you have children, that you always want to speak life to those children. Stop telling those children that they're bad and that they're not going to be anything, or they're no good at daddy. Stop telling them that. because that's what you're speaking, and that's what is going to resonate in their mind, in their heart, and that's what they're going to become. When God said, let there be light, light was formed. The sun is still doing the same thing God told it to do thousands of years ago. The moon's still doing the same thing God told it to do thousands of years ago. The stars are still doing the same thing God told them to do thousands of years ago. Speak positive, speak life into your situation. The voice of the Lord is over the waters. The God of glory thunders. The Lord is over many waters. The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. And we'll get into line 5 after this. Not on a commercial break, but you know what I'm saying. Whatever.